Cheers! The date is 3rd November 2023. It's my birthday! Today I turned 28. I am getting ready because we're going out for dinner and we're going out to one of my favorite places, Violet Oon. I love Peranakan food. I've eaten at Violet Oon many times and I love it every time. So yes, I'm gonna get ready. I guess you could consider this a get ready with me. I just want to have a chat and talk about what it's like to turn 28. I already moisturized and stuff. Usually in the mornings, I say morning but it's the afternoon. I use retinol serum from La Roche-Posay. Then I go in with my normal moisturizer, which I use for both day and night. For the longest time I was using La Roche-Posay for my moisturizer, but I recently switched to Glow Recipe Hyaluronic Plum Hyaluronic Cream. It's really nice. I'm gonna start off with primer. This is Burberry Beyond Radiance Bare Glow. It feels really nice. It's got a bit of that shimmer, but it smells like plastic. I should put a little bit on my forehead, under my eyes. Also, in no way am I putting myself out there as like a beauty guru, because I kind of just improvise and see what works for me or what I think works for me, and I might be completely wrong. Oh, SPF. I did put SPF also. I am using, I always forget the brand. It's called, wow, it's so hard to see. Good old, or is it Heartleaf? I don't know if the brand is Heartleaf or Good old, but it's a calming moisture sun cream. I got it at what's that popular drugstore in Korea where people get their skincare, Olive something. It's not Olive Garden, that's a restaurant in America. It's a chain of restaurants. Okay, well, if I remember, I will say it. But I think I recently kind of saw it in Watson's or something. And then for lip balm, my friend Shan got me the Glossier wildfakebalm.com. It's pretty nice, but sometimes you have to be careful because the ingredients separate, and so you get like when you squeeze from the tube, it comes out as like a clear liquid. So I usually just, you can't really shake it. It doesn't get shaken very well. So I usually just kind of squeeze it around and get it mixed up. So that's that. And also eczema medication because I got bad eczema. You got eczema? Eczema. Okay, so I put primer already. I'm gonna go in with color corrector. So this one is a Tarte Shape Tape color corrector in the shade. It's kind of pinky to kind of even out. Oh, if I keep looking out, it's because I have a wonderful view outside my window. So most of the time when I do my makeup, I actually look out the window. Because I just put like yay much. And I go in with a beauty blender. So I used to not like my birthdays because it meant that I was getting older. Actually no, it wasn't that it meant that I was getting older, but I wasn't really mourning getting older. I was just kind of sad that I was not as young anymore. But I realized eventually that being young kind of sucks, and I much prefer being older. Like, and I'm talking like a kid. When I was a kid, like in primary school, obviously growing up kind of sucks because the older you get, the more responsibilities you have and the higher the standards are on like you as a person, even though you're still a kid and you're still kind of figuring things out. Okay, foundation time. I'm using Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place makeup. I don't have much left, but I do have a new bottle, which is I think a shade that fits me better, but I'm trying to finish this one so I don't waste it. This is 1 and 2, and I bought the pump also, which is it's easier to use. I usually apply it with a brush. So yeah, you get like more responsibilities and stuff, and I always felt like, yeah, I just kind of hated that suddenly I was like responsible and I had to do laundry and I had to wash the dishes and all of that. Obviously those are really important things that I had to go through, but I didn't know it at that time. But then once I was a teenager, I realized that being a teenager sucked. Being young sucked because I think I was quite mature for my age, and so I had all these responsibilities in me and all these expectations, but without the freedom that came with getting older. So I didn't really go out, I didn't really hang out much. I had like a few friends when it felt like some people, you know, could just have friends over or could just easily go to their friend's house without having to lie or pretend like they had school. They could just do all these things really openly because their parents trusted them to be, I guess, independent and responsible even though they weren't. But also, I realized that people were creepy and I felt quite powerless as a teenager. Like, yeah, just powerless. Like you don't have the same amount of freedom or I guess social flexibility to make decisions for yourself and be trusted for it. Even though I think a lot of the decisions I would have made wouldn't have been that far from the decisions I would have made as an adult. This is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. I feel like it's a little bit too much, this concealer, but I'm trying to finish it also. This is in shade Fair Warm, which is actually way too light for me, but I bought it online, so there was no real way of telling. So that was my mistake, but whatever, I just kind of blend it out all the way down and hope that it looks okay. And then once I was like 20, once I was past being a teenager, I loved it. I loved having the freedom and autonomy of earning my own money and having my own responsibilities, and even all the crappy bits about being an adult, I liked. I guess I definitely romanticized it a little bit and saw it as kind of me being empowered and being able to do my own stuff. Obviously there were limits to it. I was still living with my family, and so typical... Oh, I accidentally stopped my foundation. I think it's the lack of trust that I didn't like, because I already felt like I was quite mature and smart enough to make my own decisions, and I was never a naughty kid. You know, when I stayed up late, it was responsibly and with people that I trusted and who I think still are people who are good people, you know? Like, I never did anything that would really get me into trouble. I just wanted that freedom to do whatever I wanted. I think some people are adults, but they're still kind of kids in their head. And then some people were children and they were already adults. Obviously that wasn't like a fully good thing to be so mature at a young age, because it kind of meant I lost out on quite a lot of things. I had really high expectations put upon me at too young of an age. But it is what it is. I can't change anything related to how I was raised or the kind of environment I grew up in. So I just kind of have to make do with what I have. I think by the time you kind of reach your mid-20s, you feel the pressure to pick something and stick with it long enough for you to get something out of it. In a way, I was lucky in that I kind of knew already what I wanted to do, which was acting, and a lot of other things that I was also interested in that I just wanted to try. And I guess as a little bit of a check-in to myself, turning 28, I'm really happy that I get to do that. Like, I get to do what I love. Would I change parts of it? Yeah. I'd love to perform more English shows and content. I'd love to do more live theatre. But at the end of the day, I get to do what I love, and which is acting. And so I can't complain. Like, it feels right. So yeah, that's one thing that I'm happy. I was in a full-time job before I decided to do acting full-time, and it was a really nice job. I really enjoyed it. I was teaching for a bit, and I really love teaching young kids. I really enjoy it. It's such a joy, and I love learning from them as much as I hope they learn from me. But at the same time, it's like I understand that I was good at it, and I understand that it was enjoyable, but it didn't feel like the right thing for me to be doing with the rest of my life. But then I also knew that that was kind of a short-term thing, because the reason why I took on that job was because I was graduating in 2020 at the peak of COVID, and I knew acting wasn't going to bring me anywhere at the point in time. Like, there weren't any live shows, filming was halted. I had just graduated from my bachelor's. So there were a lot of things kind of coinciding. At the same time, I wanted to move out, and you kind of need money for that. So I didn't want to hang on to the hope of immediately jumping into acting, even though I never gave it up. I never stopped. I love this eyebrow pencil. I think it's one of my favorites for sure. This is the Dior Show Kabuki Brow Styler. I made a video for Instagram Reels, I think, when I first bought this eyebrow pencil, because obviously it's a luxury product, and I usually would not buy luxury products for myself, even though that's kind of changing. But yeah, like for example, like the Eslaughter, gifted. The Burberry primer, gifted. I didn't buy it for myself. I have a Chanel powder, hand me down. I have had this for like freaking long. I bought this when I went to Vancouver on a holiday in 2016? I can't remember, but this is the Physicians. I'm quite sure there used to be like writing on here, but it's just faded off completely. But this is the Physicians Formula Bronze Booster Light to Medium. It's a bronzer, but I use it as contour because I want to finish this up. The problem with these kind of like baked products is that they last for freaking forever, and I'm the kind of person that's always motivated to hit pan. Like, I don't want to throw things away until it's completely gone. Freaking forever. I mean, also because for a while I had more than just this. So I had other products. I had the Fenty Beauty like matchsticks. I had one or two other different bronzing powders, and they either finished, so like the matchstick, I used it until there was no more left, or they just kind of got damaged, or the consistency changed, or it like got smashed. This one, cockroach of bronzers, could survive anything. I have traveled with this. I have moved to multiple houses with this. It's unbelievable. I'm just clanging with my earrings. My earrings are from Lovisa. I got them on sale when I was in Malacca filming a comedy, which will be out in December, and I'm very excited about that because that's my first comedy, and I think I'm kind of getting typecasted, but I can't tell also because it's not like I've been doing this for like very long. But I do feel like I keep getting roles that are like sad ingenues. I mean, I just keep having to cry, and I don't know if that's like because of the channel that my shows are showing on, and so that's the kind of performance that the audience likes, which I don't doubt that they do. I think it's people can relate to that, and it's a display of vulnerability that, I mean, if it fits in the show, like it fits, you know. But man, I keep having to cry. Yesterday I was on shoot for a show, on a new show that I'm working on. So yesterday was the first day. I already had to cry. I don't think it's like a heavily emotional kind of show. I mean, it is emotional, but it's not overtly like tragic. But at the same time, I don't know, because I haven't gotten all the episodes yet, so it's a bit of a mystery to me also. And so when I got invited to act in the show that I filmed in Malacca, they told me it was a comedy, and I was so excited because I love acting in comedy. Like, I mean, I do think I have a bit of a comedic flair. I think I'm naturally quite funny, but like to me. So I'm like, my humor, of course I think I'm funny, right? Oh, I didn't share what I was using. Okay, this is from a brand from China, I think, called Flower Nose. I got it because look at the packaging, it's so beautiful, but it also is so bulky, so I can't really travel with this. So anytime I travel, I use lipstick as a blush instead, because I don't want to buy one of the liquid blush. And it's like a bright red shade, which I know is not the most flattering for me, but it's just so beautiful. In this case, packaging one. Flower Nose is a very aesthetically beautiful brand. I actually really like their packaging. It reminds me a little bit of the Pat McGrath Labs collaboration with Bridgerton. I think it was very like ornate looking with all their packaging, but obviously that's their whole thing. So all their products look like that, even though they have different themes for different collections. Okay, highlighter. I have a mini Smashbox Becca Beauty Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed Powder. This is like the iconic highlighter, I think. And I usually And I usually get minis when I can, because the satisfaction of hitting pan just gets to you faster. And also then you can like try different things, and you don't have to commit to something for like almost a decade. It's not almost a decade, for like ages. Does anyone feel like one side of their face is usually more attractive than the other? Because I love the left side of my face. Like, she's so pretty, and I feel like the right side is a bit like gremlin. Like I don't know if you can tell. I can tell because I live with my face my entire life. So another thing that I like about getting older is that people just take you more seriously, and I think that's nice. I hated being young because I just felt like everyone was looking at me and thinking like, what do you know? You're just 21. What do you know? You're still in school. And I get quite self-conscious about it. However, when you're 28 and you can safely say, yeah, I started acting about 10 years ago, but I only switched to TV or film kind of recently, they take you more seriously. They're like, and obviously this is not just about work, but also relationships. I've been in multiple long-term relationships. I've been on many dates, and so in that regard, when someone asks you for your opinion on something, I feel more confident to say like, okay, yeah, here's my 2 cents. I've been through something similar, or you're not alone. And not just be like, I think you should just dump him. I don't know why. I just think you should. Having real life experiences, I think, really helps. Okay, I'm gonna do my eyes now. I can't decide I think I'll do like a bit of a smoky eye. Because my outfit's quite simple. It's just like a black tube top, white skirt. I'm gonna wear my cardigan. So I'll put some eyeshadow. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam 2 mini palette. This is not the full-size one because again, I like minis. And I was looking for a simple palette because I've had many of these like full-size palettes and I never hit pan on any shade except like once with my Kat Von D eyeshadow palette. I can't remember which one it is. They only have one. They have like they have a few. I had one of them and I hit pan on one shade. Never hit pan on any. And like most of the shades I just don't use. And I realized I just wanted something simple. And so this is something simple. I love this Dreamer shade. It's actually making quite a dent. I think I might be hitting pan soon. No, I know what I'll use. Okay, I'll use Dreamer and then I'll go in with my REM Beauty like eyeshadow putty thingy. I realized also that the older I got, the more excited I was about getting older. I can't wait to turn 30. I can't wait to turn 40 or 50 or 60 and it's crusty. Accidentally rhyming. That's kind of the downside of this kind of putty eyeshadow. This is the REM Beauty. I don't know what shade this is. I don't know what the product is called. I can't remember. Should I use a brush? Quite intimidating color, I must say. But also, I wanted this color because it's quite nice. So I'll try to do the inner corners. I'm kind of weighing it out. Sorry, I'm gonna need to focus on this for a bit. You know what? Finger. There you go. You know what? I'm just gonna scrap the original idea. Let's just go all out. I don't think this is meant to be subtle. Alright, that'll do, donkey, that'll do. Okay, I like the kasu. Alright, I think that's good enough. I realized I shared something about preferring to act in English, and I think that's mainly coming from insecurity. I feel really smart in English. I feel so stupid in Malay. I feel so dumb. I feel like I'm just reduced to a caveman who can only do basic things like me hungry, where food, you know? And not actually have meaningful intellectual conversations in that language because my vocabulary is just not good. It's just not good. And I think a lot of younger people maybe have this issue because we are kind of out of practice, but also I don't speak Malay in everyday life. And so it does feel like a bit of a struggle and I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud that I'm not good at my mother tongue, but that's just what it is. I am trying to work on it, I'm trying to improve. I'm constantly asking questions about different words and stuff, but yeah, it's just I'm just not very comfortable. But yeah. Okay. Looks good, looks good. Eyeliner. This is my favorite part. I love eyeliner. Eyeliner is one of the first few things that I ever learned how to do. I think I must have been like 12 or 13 when I started wearing eyeliner. I loved how it looked and I still do. I've been using this eyeliner for 8 years. This is the Kat Von D tattoo liner. It's legitimately the best. I have used this sweating when I exercise. I've used this swimming. I've used this on shoots that were like 12 hours. I've worn this for 24 hours. Don't ask why I had makeup on for 24 hours. I was also very young. I would never do that kind of stupid nonsense again. Don't do that. Okay, mascara. Actually, I'm going to do lipstick first because I'm more excited. I struggle quite a lot with knowing what lipstick shades to use because I have got quite a few, but I also feel like they're all kind of similar. So what I try to do is I try to match. Oh, actually, that was quite a cool one. I try to match my eyeshadow in terms of shade, whether or not it's like cool or warm, or what color it is. So if I'm wearing like sometimes even not eyeshadow, like if I'm not using a lot of eyeshadow but my earring is kind of red, I would wear a red lipstick. So I'm just gonna have to figure out. I'll use the REM Beauty since I'm really using REM Beauty on my eyes. What about this one? REM Beauty in Drive-In Movie. I think I'll go with this one. Okay, second last mascara. For mascara, I'm using something that I bought recently when I went to London. That was out with my friend Selma. This is from the brand 17, which I had never heard of until I saw it in Boots. This is the Maximum Curl Mascara. I'm not sure how I feel about this actually. I kind of feel like it's okay. It smudged on me once. I think that was quite sweaty that day and I probably rubbed my eye or something. So it's partially my fault. The packaging feels kind of cheap, but it is cheap. So overall, I'm happy to be where I am at the age of 28. I'm happy that I'm content with my life. I'm happy that I'm able to do what I love. I'm happy that I have amazing friends who I know really care for me and who understand me as a person, and I know that I always have people that I can fall back on, and I think that nothing makes me happier than that, honestly. Like growing up with very little friends and having a lot of insecurities as a friend, which is strange, like friend insecurities. Like I always feel like even though I had friends, they didn't really want to be my friend, and then I had periods where I had like one friend and that was it, and I love her. She's the only person that I would still consider a friend from being a kid, even though like we don't talk to each other as much, but there is a special place in your heart for someone like that. But to have like a community, I think that means a lot. I cannot imagine not having these people in my life, honestly. The future is bright and full of hope and full of possibilities. And being young kind of sucks. If you're young and you're still trying to figure out it's meant to suck for a little while. And I myself am still quite young. I know a lot of other people who are in their 40s or 50s or 60s and they live such meaningful lives, still full of adventure and wonder and discovery, that it makes me genuinely excited. Like we need more of these people to be people in places of influence. We don't need another 21-year-old influencer. We really don't. There are so many of them. We don't need another 28-year-old influencer. We need more people who can show us that getting old is an amazing process and it's fun and exciting, and it's not the end of the world to get older. Yeah, I think that's my reflection. I'm excited to get older. I'm happy that I'm 28. I'm really excited to turn 30, and who knows what the future might hold. Okay, I'm gonna go. I need to do a little bit of work before I go out for dinner. Bye-bye, happy birthday to me. And I hope you also get excited about going older because it's amazing. Bye.